well, how are you doing today?
I'm good. How are you?
Good. I'm just going to go back over what we did last week. You came in here and we talked about an ex-relationship you had had, some cheating that had been going on in that relationship, and even some betrayal, on some friends at that time. And also we mentioned how that's coming into your present and future relationships, and how, we've been dealing with some trust issues. I guess I want to start off today and really go into what you think would be the ideal relationship to where you feel like you wouldn't have any trust issues.
The ideal relationship. I'd say like my ideal relationship is somebody that supports me in what I'm trying to accomplish in my life. Somebody that I just know I don't have to worry about, straying, cheating and just doing stuff they're not supposed to. Somebody that's just there for me when I need them is basically, what I want. It just shows me that, like, an unconditional love. That, like, if I'm human, I'm going to make mistakes. And for them to accept those mistakes and us to move on and learn from them.
When you mentioned unconditional love, do you think that that's a reality?
I wouldn't say it's a reality. I mean, it's something that everybody hopes for. But like, I think it's kind of part of that is attainable. Like, you can love somebody with all your heart, and no matter what they do, you're still going to love them.
Do you think instead of saying unconditional love, a better way to see it would be attainable?
Yeah. Attainable, that's a lot better.
Or even accepting love. Why do you feel like you were cheated on in the first place?
I think the reason why is because I was in Americas where I did my undergraduate, and I was there all year doing schoolwork, and he went to the technical school there for 6 months, and then he was on the road working for the other 6 months of a year. So I just felt like we just didn't have a lot of time together. We were apart most of the time. Like, there was just not a lot of us time. And then when he was home for the weekends from work, I usually had to go home to my hometown. So it was just a lot of separation time from each other.
A lot of distance between the two of you.
Yeah.
Do you feel like you disconnected with him?
Maybe to some degree. Like, at the beginning of our relationship, we would talk on the phone every day and text when we went on the phone. And then, like, kind of further into the relationship, the phone calls just kind of stopped. And it was just texting. And I think I could have been more proactive and, picked up the phone and called him instead of waiting for him to call me.
Do you feel like coming into your future relationships, you mentioned to me how you definitely want to be in a stable relationship. You don't want to have these trust issues. You want to have kids someday. You want to be a mommy. Do you feel like distance is something that you're going to be frightened of?
Yeah, I would say distance is something that I'd be frightened of, but it's not so much as the distance, it's the amount of time spent away from each other.
A lack of connection?
Yeah, like, you can be in a long distance relationship but still see each other, every weekend or every other weekend. You still try to both make that effort. But, like, I think if the effort's made, it could work. But, I'd still have those issues of, he could be, cheating, why isn't he texting me back or called me and stuff. Yeah.
You mentioned some of the betrayal that went on with your friends, the roommate and everything like that. Does this type of mistrust, does it spill into friendship relationships because of that?
I kind of think it does a little bit. Like, I know now with new friends and relationships that I've made, I kind of just always have this wall up, like, there's a friend, we'll, connect and become friends, but then they'll just kind of, like, stop, because I don't want to tell them too much for fear that, I might get hurt. So, like, the friends that I have that haven't done that to me, I'm really close to, but to the new friends that I have, it's just kind of like...
You tend to kind of withdraw. I don't want to show you any of these more intimate sides of me because I've been burned.
Right.
That type of feeling. Okay, well, I've noticed, when you talk about your cheating experience, your voice lowers, your eyes kind of get bigger. It sounds like to me you're still holding a lot of anger towards that ex-boyfriend.
I am. I mean, it's just because I've always been faithful. I've never strayed. I was always, there. He was kind of like my first real, relationship. I'd had relationships before, but nothing like this. So it's just kind of, I still don't understand why, as my main thing is. I just don't
Why
understand.
did you cheat on me?
Yeah. So, I mean, it's kind of, it's why I'm still angry towards him, I guess, so.
When you say that you're wondering why he cheated on you, do you think that maybe any of it could have been on you? What I'm saying is, were there days that you made no effort to contact him or make him feel important?
I'm sure. Looking back on it now, you always have the perspective of looking back. So, I mean, yeah, there are days, being the typical girl, you're like, he's the guy, he's supposed to call or text me first, You have those days, and I mean, it's kind of stupid. You should just pick up the phone. I should have just picked up the phone and been like, hey, how's your day going? Just wanted to check in. But, I just waited on him, and I think that probably led to a lot of miscommunication between us.
Well, I've gotten from you that you definitely have a firm grasp that, some of these experiences have caused this mistrust to develop, and that you definitely understand that. And I think right now you're stuck at a point where, how do I let all this hurt go? And how do I make sure it doesn't come back in future relationships?
Yeah.
Can you go into for me when you would start to feel a lack of trust in a relationship? What things would make you feel like this person isn't treating me right?
My big thing, I mean, I don't mind my boyfriend or, significant other talking to other girls. I really don't mind. It's just the fact, if they hide it and, you just hide things, that's where I have the biggest problems and where the trust issues really come into play for me.
Are you sure you really don't mind, or does a part of you...
I mean, I understand, I don't mind to spend, if you've known these girls forever and, you're just friends. I mean, that's fine. I really don't care, because I have guy friends, and I understand I don't want to have a double standard.
Absolutely.
But it's just the fact that, sometimes, other girls, I may not know, and them talking would probably really... It would just really hey, why are you talking when you did tell me about it,
Right. Well, like I said before, I do, watch you talk about, when you talk about him and that whole cheating experience with him, I can almost see the anger resonating. And I feel like that really is at the core of some of these trust issues. And if you're up to it, I'm going to propose a technique where I want you just to finish all this unfinished business with him. I want to, set this empty chair right next to you.
Okay.
Face to face.
Okay.
Here's the ex-boyfriend. And I want you just to explain to him what he's done to you and how you can't get past it.
Okay.
And I'm going to step aside.
Okay. I'm just going to start by saying, you really hurt me because you lied about it. Other people knew you did it, and I just don't understand why you couldn't have been truthful for one thing, and why you couldn't have just told me that you weren't happy and just ended the relationship. Cheating is stupid. You should have just been like, Brittany, I'm sorry, this isn't working, and just finish the relationship. And because you didn't do that to me, it's made it where it's just so hard for me to trust guys. I'm a really nice and outgoing person, but the thing is once I start getting close to somebody, your face pops up, and it's kind of yeah, I cheated, so now, I'm going to haunt you forever. And, that just irritates me. I swear, if I could kick you in the balls, sometimes I really would. But I just wish that you wouldn't have done what you did. You would have been a man and approached me and been like, I'm just not happy and I want out. I mean, that's just how I wish you would have done that.
That was great. That was great. And it's funny, you can see the redness in your face when you talk to him. You definitely tell that this was something that really hurt you. And I want to, when we continue this relationship between you and I and working on this issue, I'm going to go into how you feel like we can set up what your ideal relationship is, and in reality, how we can get you past these trust issues. So we can get you to your ultimate goal of being a happy mommy with a family.
Okay.
Okay, great. Thank you.